This is the story of Travis, a self-isolated recluse with low-grade cerebral palsy, narrated through the words of his best friend. Travis has issues, intimacy issues, and anger issues. When you have a disability, you are on display at all hours, which is why he operates a solo act. He resides alone and works alone, but nobody dreams of living alone forever. Getting bullied is never funny, but for Travis it takes a more serious notion. When people give him a hard time for his disability, his supervisor accepts that the students at their college are assholes, but that does not give him leave to run them over with his car as compensation. He has a problem with his anger and he needs to go and talk to a professional about it. Travis does not think he has a problem, but in order to keep his job, he relents to go see a professional. It's dark when he returns home that evening. The bulb in the porch downstairs is flickering like always, as he makes his way up the stairs to his place. He switches the lights on and makes his way to his scrapbook, containing a collection of the many things that he has yet to experience in life. A shadow moving towards him catches his attention out of the periphery of his vision. He picks up his baseball bat, aiming at the moving figure, shouting for the person to freeze. That was his best friend, meeting Travis for the very first time. Way to go with first impressions. Travis smacks him over his head but soon realizes that the man cannot see. He is visually impaired, blind. Flabbergasted, Travis helps him sit on the couch while he picks up the phone to call an ambulance. He apologizes to the man, asking if he can get him anything. His hand still holding his head, he replies that a beer would be nice. He asks Travis why he was calling an ambulance as he has been blind before this incident. Travis is confused now. He has never heard of a blind burglar, but the blind guy insists that he isn't one. In fact, he has come over to check if Travis was the burglar because he resides here. None of this is making sense anymore. How can the both of them be living here? Then it dawns on Travis, since this man is blind, he must have stumbled into the wrong apartment, thinking it was his own. The man asks Travis to hand him his bag, a faded red knapsack with a marijuana leaf accented on its front pocket. He pulls out a cannabis cigarette and lights it up while handing Travis a notification letter. The apartment he was living in is subsidized. It has 2 bedrooms, and unless Travis is able to pay $350 a month, he will have to reside with a roommate. To say that Travis isn't keen on the idea would be an understatement. But the truth of the matter is he cannot afford $350. The man assures him that he will be an ideal roommate since he has less than 10% vision. Travis can roam around naked and no one will be the wiser. Travis takes a deep calming breath. If they were to do this, they need to set some ground rules. Once Travis is home, he does not want his roomie to be out and about roaming in the apartment. He must confine to his own room. The man insists that that cannot happen now since he needs to unpack. Frustrated, Travis suggests that he would go down to the pub so he can unpack alone in peace, but the man insists on coming along. He pulls out his walking stick and follows Travis out the door. Travis learns, from absolutely no intimation from his side, that the man's name is Gordo, who appears Polynesian to Travis. He is 27 years old and an Aries with a Samoan ethnicity. He is single but currently looking for a possible interest. He enjoys bubble baths and British music from the 80 seconds. He is also an accomplished ukulele player. They arrive at the bar where a stand-up comedy performance is in full swing. The performing comedian is a young woman, possibly a bartender there, based on the people's responses to her. She is delivering a hilarious story about a daily conversation with her kitchen appliances. Travis and Gordo have just found a seat with a pitcher of beer when a man from the audience rudely interrupts the girl for a refill. She makes light of the uncomfortable situation by apologizing, and he replies that she would be a lot more sorry if she didn't go get him another beer with a lot of head. The double entendre is not lost on the audience, including Travis and Gordo. Travis could not rein in his indignation at the insensitive comment. He stands up with a mock laugh, clapping his hands slowly at his clever play of words, of asking for a foamy beverage while implying an invitation to suck his tool. The man, Derek, instigates Travis to take this outside the bar where he can show him who he really was. Travis, always eager to let off some steam, stands to get to the door, mentioning that it might take him a minute to get there. Seeing his disability, Derek offers to forget it. Travis is lucky he is a freaking idiot. As Travis stands in the midst of the crowd, he incredulously says that if this is Derek's idea of lucky, he would like to see someone he thinks is unlucky. He wonders if idiot is the best insult he could come up with. Well, Travis has been called way worse, like spasmonaut, window licker. He knows that his appearance can be a bit off-putting. Like when he meets a girl for the first time, he always gets the same look and always gets asked the same question. How did he get into that room? The audience crows out laughing. Travis does not stop there. He sets the record straight. He isn't as idiotic as he is spastic. There's a difference. The body is mangled but the brain is fine. Kind of the opposite of Derek's. Another raucous laughter from the crowd. The manager has put the two of them in the spotlight by this point. This was too juicy to let go. Travis laughs along with the audience, asking Derek what he thought was going to happen. He would just come in here, see a beautiful girl and go with the plan. Get drunk, sit in the dark and yell at her for intimacy. Because how could that not work? So if he is an idiot, Derek has a front seat on that bus. With that, he returns back to his seat next to Gordo, leaving the crowd applauding and cheering in his wake. It's late and the pub's nearly empty when Gordo and Travis decide to leave. The owner, Mikey, approaches them at the door, appreciating Travis's work. He grunts, asking him not to mention it. Mikey observes that Travis has got quite a knack for the put-down, so he wonders he would say about a month of free beers. Gordo eagerly jumps at the opportunity, but Travis is skeptical about the catch. Mikey confides that it was not the first time that something like that interruption has happened to Sonny. It would be great if Travis could come by and give them some tips on how to repel people that way. Travis's repulsiveness is a natural gift. It cannot be taught. But Gordo calls his bluff and agrees in Travis' place as his wise mentor, for the sake of free beers and also the girl, who, they find out, is Mikey's girlfriend. Travis tells Mikey he is the professional, and asks him why he doesn't do it. Mikey explains that Sonny would not like it, so he will prefer if Travis could keep it from her. This poses a problem for Travis. He asks how Mikey plans to make it work. Would Travis casually bump into Sonny someday and offer her some unsolicited advice? Mikey assures him that Travis would simply need to take the job, and then he will ensure that Travis is on the same shifts as her. He then proceeds to introduce Travis to his assistant Felicity. He was going to help Sonny prepare for the radio scout. Travis is woken up the next morning by a half-naked Gordo poking him with his stick. He reminds Travis that it's time for the free beers. Well, free for Gordo at least. He couldn't understand why Travis is being so obstinate about it. How hard can it be? He would have to pick up some glasses and talk to a pretty girl. Travis is surprised at how Gordo knows Sonny to be pretty. Well, she's got to be, because 1, she's not that funny, and 2, her boyfriend's a celebrity knucklehead. When Travis whines for the third time about how much this sucks, Gordo reminds him that it's just until he can make some money for the apartment, and then he'll be rid of him as well as the job, and grouch his way through life. Travis cannot deny that the idea is appealing, but what would this mean for Gordo? What's going to happen to him? Gordo assures him that he'll be fine. He's like a cat that always manages to land on his feet. Gordo and Travis walk up to the pub, meeting Sonny as she is parking her scooter by the curb. She is surprised to see them there. Mikey greets her with a hug. Travis busses around collecting empty glasses. His day was going pretty smooth until Sonny, on Mikey's instigation, brushed her hand over Travis's in a gesture of appreciation for his special talent. The contact flusters Travis and he ends up spilling a glass over another customer. Over the break, the three of them, Travis, Gordo, and Sonny, sit in the back room where Sonny reminisces about her own first day at work where she covered her vegan sister in beef gravy. Compared to that, Travis's day is going on pretty well. Travis sighs, he is already regretting taking this stupid job. Gordo chimes in, reminding them that he took this job so could talk to Sonny. Sonny laughs at the incredulity, but Travis finds this moment as good as any. He explains that he wants to offer his help if she needs any help with heckling at her show. Sonny isn't dumb. Her first thought is if Mikey has put Travis up to this. He thinks that she needs to be better at staying on track, as she tends to get swept along a little bit. So if they were to take his offer, how will this work? Will Travis be her personal rage guru? Travis admits to having no clear idea himself. Seeing things get settled, Gordo announces that he will be leaving these two up to it as he needs to get to work. This is news to Travis, who didn't imagine a free soul like Gordo working. Gordo explains that he works in the music business, his way of saying that he sings and plays for passers-by on a sidewalk. Sonny shows Travis around backstage and all the available amenities, leading Travis to pose the question of why she is into stand-up comedy. Sonny slides the question aside with one of her own. What is up with Travis's body? Travis shrugs, explaining cerebral palsy and that it's nothing contagious, just a neurological disorder he's had ever since he was a kid. Unfortunate things happen, and this was one of those. Sonny draws in a long breath. She divulges to Travis that she's doing stand-up, because Mikey has some grand master plan of her breaking into breakfast radio, so she is swept along, like she always is with things. It is not exactly her dream, but working at breakfast radio pays really well. But there is just something about wanting something from the deepest of your core, even though it makes no absolute sense. For Sonny, that isn't stand-up comedy. So she takes Travis along for a ride on her motorbike, promising to show him hers if he promises to show her his. They arrive at an old motor workshop. Sonny introduces Travis to Mario, her mentor. She likes to work with cars, build them, fix them, take them apart. She dreams of having her own workshop someday. Travis supplies that he has a car that's in need of repairs. His '85 Nissan Skyline has been sitting at his place since his license got revoked, after he got it all banged up, when he may have intentionally run some kids over and crashed into a flagpole. Sonny snorts at the picture that Confession painted, him bringing down the flag. He is quite the rebel. He is a pinata full of crazy, just crack him open and out it pours. She then urges Travis to show her his car. Sonny offers him to bring the Nissan to the workshop. She and Mario would be glad to fix it pro bono. Travis points that Mario seemed to be a pretty cool guy. Sonny expresses her wish to be as cool as him when she grows old. When Travis asks if this would mean a pass on the radio, Sunny sighs. A cushy, comfortable life would be nice, but she does not want to always be defined by her inept homemaking skills. Sunny puts the radio onto Mikey's show. Travis points out that Mikey isn't all that funny with his catchphrases. The next day, Sunny and Travis get to set a draft for Sunny's performance. Travis has never done anything of the sort. What he did the other day was merely insulting the heckler. Sunny agrees, there's nothing funnier than good old-fashioned self-hate. In that case, Travis finds her sorely out of luck. Sunny clears her throat. It was story time then. Once upon a time there was a little girl. Everyone said this little girl was very pretty, especially Mr. Henry from over the back. When Mummy and Daddy were away, Mr. Henry would come and visit the little girl and give her special treats. So there it was, she was assaulted as a kid. Her parents never figured it out, and she hated them for it, but she made them pay. She's gone cold turkey on them, and has been living with her sister since she was 15. Maybe they figured out something was wrong when she got hospitalized with bulimia. It's a vicious game for her where you start by wanting to be loved and then you do something that makes you feel like you don't deserve that love, till you withhold the reward from yourself. Until one day something snaps, you cannot spend your life without love, or in her case, chocolate cheesecake, so you binge. But it never fills the spot that has been empty, and now you really hate yourself. You must be punished, and you have to offload all that undeserved love down the toilet. Travis nods his head in solemn understanding. It could serve some purpose if she was game to take it up on stage and whack at her problems with a stick. And so, the two of them set about unloading Sunny's unfortunate events over paper, making the jibes as relatable as humanly possible. They mess around with phrases like, food is one of those things that can take your mind off of relationships. But that didn't feel like the whole horrible truth. So they went instead with, relationships. Relationships are incredibly important because they are the only thing in life that can stop you from thinking about food all day. Or, therapy is basically paying someone to be your friend. It's one step away from having your mom hang a chop around your neck so the dog would play with it. Except the chop doesn't cost $180 per hour. And the therapist doesn't try to hump your leg after. Mikey walks in on them practicing, surprised to see the act shifting away from the toaster bit that he has written for Sunny. She explains that she is starting to feel it as a bit dated. Looking over at Travis, he asks if this was his writing. Travis shrugs, saying that he only helped Sunny out a little bit with it. Mikey doesn't care for it much. He pulls Travis out when Sunny isn't looking, and orders him to convince her to go with the toaster act that he has previously written for her. He isn't paying Travis for this. He needs to ditch the personal stuff because he's got radio execs coming to the open mic that night. And this new stuff is not breakfast radio. As much as he hates it, Travis tries to convince Sunny to go for the toaster act. Sunny, however, decides to assert her point this time and performs her bulimia act at the open mic night. The radio execs loved her unique performance. They tell Mikey and Sunny that she has a brilliant prospect with her quirky style and her refreshing countenance. She could be the contemporary edge breakfast radio needs. They even ask her to get her cards printed because she has been shortlisted. Later that night, Mikey and Sunny walk back home. Travis could not hold it in any longer. He had to know what it was that Sunny sees in Mikey. She could do so much better. Sunny scoffs, Mikey is funny, famous, good-looking. She was totally lowering her standards. Travis smirks, she's getting good at this self-deprecation. But what he meant was, Mikey is really shallow. Sunny changes the subject, telling him that the radio people loved her material, but it was actually Travis's credit to take. It's true that it was her life, but Travis has put a funny twist on it. He should be up there on that stage, performing. He would be incredible, incendiary. Travis shakes his head. Some people are better behind the scenes. The next morning, Travis's personal space is once again intruded by Gordo, who's taking a bath and relieving other personal needs in Travis's bathtub. Sensing Travis's indignation at that, Gordo reminds him that he's only doing what he has learned the other night. When you want something you don't have, you use someone else's. Like Sunny, cute and perky, saying all Travis's funny stuff so he won't have to show his hideously disfigured self in public. Gordo's words hit home. Travis is led to question if he was really using Sunny for his self-gain. The next day, Mikey takes Sunny and Travis out to lunch. While there, Mikey announces that they have successfully passed step 1 with the execs and are into step 2 for Sunny's success. They have piqued the radio's interest, they just have to make it impossible for them to say no. Sunny is moved to question what Mikey is on about. So Mikey pulls the flyer out of his pocket. Bring the Funny, the biggest comedy festival on the planet. He is going to enter Sunny into their unsigned open mic contest. If she wins this, she is in breakfast radio. Sunny nods her head. Mikey makes it sound like such an easy win. There will be plenty of funny people there. Mikey assures her that all she needs is one good routine. It's 3 heats and the winner gets a slot in the closing night showcase, televised live. Travis meekly tries to bring the subject back to what Sunny wants. Mikey continues as if Travis has never spoken, enticing Sunny about celebrity judges and Barry Humphries, an Australian cultural icon. Anyone in comedy knows who he is. So he wants Sunny and Travis together, working on 7 minutes of comedy gold. From now on, the two of them are inseparable. One day, while Sunny is practicing her lines alone backstage, Mikey sits by observing. He points that they had agreed to stay away from personal stuff. Bulimia isn't funny. Sunny reminds him that if he wants her to do this, he has to at least let her do this as her true self. When Mikey persists that he's only telling her what works, Sunny answers back. What works for him doesn't necessarily work for her. He can get away with superficial, cute catchphrases. All he's been trying to do is mold her to fit his image. Mikey walks away, hands raised in a defensive gesture, with his last words being that he didn't have to choose her. She knows what he means. Sunny did know what he meant, that he had better options and that she should feel lucky. And she does. He makes her feel lucky to be with him like she is this broken thing. And he's the only one on the planet that can fix her. She scoffs. Travis is painting the bathroom walls at his campus that afternoon when he finds Sunny in a cubicle. She walks out, wiping her eyes and telling him that she is one of the Satan's spawns at his campus. Travis laughs at her double entendre and inquires why she was in there crying. Sunny shrugs. It's just her life in general. She thought she might just stay in there and pass away of misery or the bathroom stench, whatever got to her first. She changes the subject, directing their attention to the graffiti on the walls. The sad stuff that people write there is almost unbelievable. Travis admits that as socially desperate as he was, even he won't want his name in a heart on the back of a toilet wall. Sunny snorts and offers to help him with the paint. Later, when Travis drops her home on Sunny's motorbike, she offers him to take it home with him. Spend your life dangerously, she puts it. And then she kisses him on the lips, like no one has ever done before. Sunny's sister is furious. She has watched her little interlude with Travis from her living room window. She doesn't understand why Sunny always has to do things that lead to self-sabotage. Why does she never think about the consequences of her actions? It feels good, so she does it. She's got a boyfriend who is handsome and famous, but no, she decides it would be a good idea to make out with him. When Sunny learns that she may have made a mistake there, Felicity vehemently reminds her that this isn't just one. It's her life. She does these things which feel exciting or naughty. It invites people to use her, and when it all turns ugly, she expects someone else to swoop in and pick up all her broken little pieces. Sunny's voice is shaky. If Felicity is talking about what Sunny thinks she is, she can't blame her for what that man did. He was an adult and she a child. Felicity confesses that Sunny could have done what she herself did when that man approached her. She had said no. This comes as news to Sunny. She had no idea he had tried to take advantage of Felicity before her. Felicity reiterates that Sunny is not special. She just doesn't know how to say no. Felicity is a terrible sister for blaming Sunny for that man's actions. That night at the workshop, Sunny drowns her misery in the bottom of an ice cream tub. At the Bring the Funny festival, Travis and Mikey prepare for Sunny's act. Mikey goes into the dressing room to check up on Sunny and finds her retching her guts in the toilet. She asks him to leave her alone. Mikey knows they are screwed. He returns to where Travis was waiting and tells him Sunny is in no condition to go up there. All their hard work had gone down the drain. Not so much for Travis, as he is struck by an idea, proposed to him by Gordo in his bath mitten. Cutting holes into a brown paper bag, Travis wears it on his face and steps on stage in Sunny's stead. Sunny listens to Travis perform from back in her room. He is amazing. The crowd is loving it. When Travis returns backstage, he apologizes to Sunny for standing in her place, but she assures him that she could not be happier. She's always encouraged him to pursue it himself. Mikey announces that it's a good thing she's happy because she's out. Travis has won the heat and qualified for the next round. Sunny is ecstatic. Now she can spend more time at Mario's. She urges Travis to go on with it. He's got 2 more rounds, and if he wins those, he's in the big showcase. Travis is sitting by the sidewalk after the show when he runs into the heckler Derek from the night he met Sunny for the first time. Travis's sharp tongue gets him into a one-sided fight with Derek. He leaves him beaten and slayed by the sidewalk. When Sunny and Mikey walk out the building, they find Travis still on the road. Flabbergasted, Sunny takes Travis home, leaving a flummoxed Mikey behind. At Travis's home, Sunny sits cleaning his wound while Travis assures her that she didn't have to. Sunny reiterates that he does not know her if he thinks she would leave him in such a state. Travis admits that he's trying to get to know her. They sit there with beers in hand and Sunny asks if he really meant what he said on stage, about wanting to say something to a girl, and not knowing how. Travis shrugs. He'll get over it. Sunny leans in, kissing him and asking him not to get over it. One lingering kiss leads to another, and Sunny and Travis spend the night getting intimately familiar with one another. The next morning, as Travis stands in his room, watching the unbelievable image of a beautiful girl in his bed, Sunny is woken up by Mikey's call. She misses it though, and Travis asks her what she plans on doing now. She obviously has no idea, but she's got to talk to him, and she needs Travis to trust her. Travis walks over to his dresser, pulling out a spare key and handing it to Sunny, his token of trust. While driving around, Gordo admits that being in the comedy festival is Travis's best decision. He asks if this would mean he'd be famous and on TV. Travis laughs at the notion. It is just a contest and there will be 2 more heats. If he wins them, he'll be in the showcase, which is televised. Gordo finds it incredibly exciting. He also finds it incredibly distracting what he can smell on Travis: ripe peaches and fresh intimacy. Travis points out that they have just lost their next turn. and Gordo reminds him that it doesn't matter. No one's really in control here, trust in the universe and only good things will happen. Gordo wasn't really driving though. Travis's banged-up Nissan was being towed to Mario's. Mikey is all riled up at Sunny's decision. He fumes that she's making the biggest mistake of her life. This is just like her to find a stray dog and whine about wanting to keep it. He is making a scene at Mario's, and Sunny asks him if they could finish it someplace else. But Mikey has already finished with her. He tells her that he will see her in a few days, when she has realized what a big mistake she's made. This is real life, not some cute fairy tale. You kiss a frog, and in the morning, it's still going to be a frog. Travis and Gordo arrive at the workshop and Sunny offers to take the car for a spin first. The next few days pass by in a cheerful blur as Travis and Sunny find ecstasy in all kinds of places. One day, when Sunny gets to the workshop, she finds Mario having a heart attack. Sunny calls Travis over at her place, wanting to tell him something. Travis is greeted at the door by Felicity, who gives him the third degree about getting involved with a student at his place of work. Travis tells her that he isn't there to play any games. Sunny has called him because she has something to say. Felicity moves out of Travis' view, and he watches Sunny, who is in Mikey's arms. Travis doesn't need to be told twice, turning on his heels. He leaves without a word. Life tries to show us what we need to see, but it's never completely clear. It's hard to look at yourself objectively, and what you see depends on what you want to believe. Travis's second performance is all about Sunny. The audience loves him, and he even shows them his face, sans the paper bag. When he gets back home that night, he finds Sunny there, looking through his scrapbook. She is surprised to see a happy, healthy Travis in his childhood pictures. He snatches the book away from her, hollering that it's private. Sunny apologizes. Travis yells that she can't just barge in and out of people's lives. She explains that's not what was happening here. She tried calling him because she wanted to tell him something. Well, Travis has it already figured out. He asks her to leave. Sunny is flummoxed. She doesn't know what it is that has made him act like that, but it surely wasn't her. Travis's supervisor finds his comedy act flyer and calls him in for a talk. When she had asked him to find someone to talk to, she hadn't meant this. She can't give him many second chances. He has been accused of getting students drunk in the bathroom after hours. Travis points out that it had been just one student, Sunny. He's also been accused of making advances with a student. The girl's sister told her that she's been spending the nights at Travis's. Travis, furious with rage, finds Gordo at his usual spot singing. He asks him to stop playing the song, and when Gordo takes a moment too long to comply, Travis snags the ukulele out of his hands and throws it over to the road, in the line of streaming cars. It gets whacked over before Travis could run back and save it. He hands the broken pieces back into Gordo's hands, apologizing for his lost temper. Travis confides that he's been on a bender since Sunny has gotten back with Mikey. Gordo finds it unsurprising, given Travis's tendency to want things in half measures. He wants to be able to have a life, but not with all of its throbbing, meaty glory. He needs to stop doing that, or else prepare for a life full of misery, with no one to share it with. When you hit that point at which everything seems at its lowest, you might find that breaking your ukulele is the best thing that ever happened to you. As Gordo makes his way to the pedestrian crossing, he stumbles into a beautiful girl. Gordo assures her that his ukulele was already broken and she didn't tumble it. Their sticks collide as he makes to pass her by, and the two of them realize their shared disability. Travis puts the radio onto Mikey's show. Sunny is on at that time, her topic of conversation being the wrongest guy someone has ever dated. It's the last night for the BTF heats. Backstage, Mikey walks in with Sunny. The anchor pulls him aside for last-minute details, and Travis and Sunny are left alone. He tells her that he's listened to her radio show. Sunny asks how he found it. Travis's expressions were all the answers that she needed, and she reiterates that they are paying her good money. On stage, when Mikey introduces Travis to the crowd, he also goes on to deliver his material himself. After a few sentences, Travis interrupts him. He couldn't understand what Mikey was up to. Why was he delivering lines written by Travis? Mikey admits that Travis has indeed written them, but he has paid him for it. That was enough to tick Travis off. Throwing his cards in Mikey's face, he pulls the paper bag off his head. He yells at Mikey that he's won, but why he had the need to do this, he couldn't understand. Didn't he have enough already? Mikey hasn't had enough. He proceeds to further rile Travis up, and asks him to share some of his original stories about what an angry man he really was. Travis does not get riled up this time though. If Mikey wants an original story, he's got one just for him. Travis tells the story about a 3-year-old who loved playing in the rain with his dog. One day, he is out playing in the rain, jumping from puddle to puddle with his dog. He resides in an old house, with a million stairs going all the way up to the door. They run inside, dripping wet puddles all over the floor. The dog runs up to the kid's dad, who is sitting in his favorite chair, watching TV and just shakes, as dogs do when they're wet. His dad has got a bit of a temper. He grabs the dog and throws it out into the rain down the stairs. The kid is upset and starts hitting his dad. Maybe he's inherited a bit of his anger from him. So the dad picks up the little boy and throws him out too. Down the stairs and out into the rain. The fall breaks his arm. His bone is sticking out, he's fractured his vertebrae, and cracked his skull. The mom sees this and tries to help the little boy, but the dad stops her. He makes her go back inside. It's raining, after all. So here's this boy lying in the mud, brain bleeding on the inside of his head. He could have passed away, but he's not that lucky. He will have to spend the rest of his life with brain damage, steel bolts, screws, tests, scans and surgeries, and pain, and nobody wanting to play with him because he can't keep up. Because he's a freak, according to them. He will spend the rest of his life scaring off anybody who gets too close. And he has to pretend that is what he wants. You know that saying, when they made him, they broke the mold. Well, he is the guy they made after him, with a broken mold. And that's why he gets to tell these jokes. Yes, he's been to therapy, they say he has anger problems. But he doesn't think he has a problem. Pointing at Mikey, he tells the crowd that this guy is about to have a problem. He asks Mikey if that is enough of a punchline for him. He stumbles off stage, knocking himself on the floor. He doesn't need a girl to knock him off his feet, he can do it himself. Travis stumbles out the building, his unstable feet only taking him so far, before they give in and he falls into a lump on the sidewalk. Sunny comes running after him. She wards the festering crowd away from Travis. He was having a seizure. They call for an ambulance. Travis doesn't remember much from the night before. He tells his supervisor who has come to visit him. They take a walk outside, and she tells him that his seizure has given everyone quite a scare. Sunny has been by his side all the way to the hospital and then back home. At the pub, Felicity visits Sunny and confesses of playing a hand in her and Travis's estrangement. Sunny isn't interested anymore. She's had her fair share of forced relationships. Travis buys a new ukulele as an apology gift for Gordo. Back at home, as he's cleaning through his stuff, he stumbles upon the picture that Sunny has left for him in his scrapbook, with a caption thanking him for being his training wheels. She even left a key to the workshop for him. When Travis goes over, he finds the truth about Mario's passing. He's messed things up immensely. When Gordo returns home that evening, Travis tells him as much. That's what Sunny had wanted to tell him. He just saw her hugging Mikey and assumed. This makes him feel like the dumbest person on the planet. They are interrupted by Barry Humphrey's arrival at their doorstep. He comes bearing handwritten cards from the show. Travis tells Barry that he won't be needing that anymore. Barry insists that he might, and Gordo is confused. He snaps for somebody to tell him what was going on. Barry tells him about Mikey stealing Travis's material. The judges have agreed to give Travis a spot in the showcase as a wild card. With that, Barry sees himself off, with wishes to see Travis at the theater. Travis doesn't care anymore. Gordo reminds him that this could be his last shot at achieving something. With some maneuvering, Gordo and Travis get backstage for his performance. The production team tells them that they had just missed their cue. They're late. Gordo, being Gordo, insists them to find their hearts for a twisted fellow who's twisted emotionally as well as physically. He is in love with his girl out there and this is his last shot. When the production crew reiterates that they are unable to make time, the fellow contestants come forward to lend them theirs. It brings Travis a total of 6 minutes to deliver his act. Travis gets up on the stage, sans the paper bag this time. He asks the crowd to raise their hands if they were fine with him telling jokes about disabled people. They say laughter is the best medicine. If that's the case, then the only reason he's still walking like that is because people are not making fun of him enough. They got to lift up their game. He continues with a joke about why God made him. He's omnipotent, and this is the best he could do. This body is like a 1985 Nissan Skyline. It'll get you where you need to go, but you wouldn't recommend it to anyone, and you're not going to get a lot of girls lining up for a ride. When you've got cerebral palsy, you know it's hard to pick up a girl. It's hard to even pick up a glass. When he meets a girl for the first time, he always gets the same look, and they always ask the same question. How did you get into my room? So he met this girl. She was smart, beautiful, and funny. She smelled like the best breakfast cereal. And she didn't look at him like everyone else. In fact, she fell for him, which was new because usually he's the one doing the falling. He confessed he felt a little self-conscious, so he started wearing a bag over his head. He thought that it might hide the fact that he had problems. Well, that was a mistake. He asks if there was anyone in the room that has never felt self-conscious or insecure. So when God made him, he also left the instructions upside down and was going through an IKEA phase. He's got a spare nut in his drawer at home, and he has no idea where it goes. But this girl picked up right away that he had a disability, not the apparent one. He also suffers from a debilitating condition called premature rejection. He leaves too soon. Stare at him, he'll leave. Ignore him, he'll leave. Rub him the wrong way, he'll leave. So he met this girl and he thought, soulmate. He thought all his skin was absolved, and all his flaws were redeemed. She completes him. Well, he was wrong. He was a spiky knucklehead before he met her. He was a spiky knucklehead when he was with her, and he was still one after he lost her. Falling in love is a lot of things, but there's no magic bullet. No one can change who you are. Maybe he will always walk funny. Maybe he'll always talk funny. Maybe he'll always be a spiky knucklehead. His hands might always shake when she touches him. He might always skate in circles and dance like a praying mantis on crack. He might always be the wrongest guy. But if she's okay with that and can love him anyway, there's got to be something wrong with her too. There's something wrong with all of us. We're all a bunch of emotional cripples, emotional spastics. But if someone has the courage to love us anyways, then what excuse have we got? So here's a tip: whatever bag you have over your head, lose it now. Stop hiding who you are and find the courage to love yourself. The crowd erupts into raucous applause as Travis signs off. So that's Gordo's friend, and that was his story. Travis runs out the back, just in time to catch Sunny as she is leaving with Mikey. She stops and walks over to him. Travis starts to apologize, but Sunny has already gotten the gist of that. She walks closer and kisses him, in the line of sight of the flashing cameras.